Hi, I'm Marlon Braccia. Welcome to Yoga Time. Today I'd like to tell you about an energetic concept that explains the gunas. The gunas are three different types of energy that each of us has. But one of those energies in particular is the one that we want to cultivate in our life and in our yoga practice. And that energy is called sattva. The energy of sattva brings awareness, mental clarity, and peace of mind. The other two energies are tamas, which can make you lethargic or slow, lazy. We certainly know people who have too much of that quality. They're unmotivated in their lives. There is also the quality of rajas. We probably know more people who have that quality. It's being very energetic, being willful, being active. And that's not a bad thing. We do need each of those qualities. But if we cultivate sattva, there's more clarity, there's more light, and there's more direct contact with our Maker. And there's a key to doing that. It's getting very quiet. Some of us are used to pushing through physically in our yoga practices. And we're going to try and come away from that today, but still remain very physically challenging. And the way in which we'll do that is that we will hold several postures for a very long time. That gives us enough time to get our alignment right, to feel it in our bodies, to check our breathing, and then to find the place of surrender in that posture. You will need an unusual amount of will and determination to stay in the posture that long. But what I'm asking you to do today is to balance that with awareness. And if you can achieve that in your yoga practice, that will start to happen in your life. It's just a very different viewpoint. So we do want to be energetic. We do want to work in the pose, but we want to look for something that's a little bit deeper. So to warm ourselves up, let's start with simple Ujjayi breathing. The breath comes slowly into the chest and moves down toward the belly. And then empties from the belly up toward the chest. There's a raspy sound in the back of the throat. You want to make sure that you hear that. Creating that sound. Makes the breath longer and smoother. So let's take 4 more breaths. Making sure the inhale and the exhale are the same amount of time. So in this place, starting to think of the concept of sattva and bringing the focus internal. Letting the information that the senses give us just fade to the background. So let's start up on our feet with some sun salutations to warm up the body, and then we'll go into our holds. Hands in namaste, big toes together, and heels just an inch or two apart. As you inhale, arms come up and overhead. Press the palms together. Stretch the arms. Exhaling, diving over from the waist, arms wide. Face comes down. Inhale, slide hands under. Arch the back. Exhale, hold the ankles and pull yourself in. Inhaling, arms out to the side and overhead. And starting again, Samasthiti. Flowing with the movement of the breath. Good. And this time, adding to the vinyasa, some postures. And exhaling over. Hands slide under the knees, face looks up, arching. Exhaling over, palms flat on the floor, step back to downward facing dog. Same amount of space between the feet and the hands. Fingers wide. Reaching the sit bones away. And not holding too long yet. On your next inhale, press forward into plank. On the exhale, elbows in. Lower yourself down. Take the knees to the ground if you need to. Inhaling, slide over the toes. Face looks up, if that's comfortable. Exhaling, rolling over the toes. Back to down dog. And inhaling, right foot forward between the hands. Help it up if you need to. Keep the back toes in the ground. 3 stages. First stage, intermediate stage, advanced stage. Don't be too Rajasic by being in a place that isn't comfortable for you. You want to use some will and determination to be there, but not struggle in the pose. Breathing stays long and smooth. Exhale, hands come down. Step the foot back. Let's go through that vinyasa again. Inhaling here. Exhaling down. And inhaling, scooping up. Exhale back. Inhale, left foot forward. And stretch forward. Good. Now, exhale all the air out. Step the front foot all the way up. Inhale, arch up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms to the side. Press the palms together, straighten the arms. Elbows behind the ears, face looks up. Exhale down. Good. Okay. So, let's go into the portion where we're going to hold for a bit. To do that, we want to make sure that we've got the form of the posture really well. And to do that, let's measure up. Take 2 fists between the knees. And keep that much distance between the knees the whole time. Make sure the feet are directly in back of it. And bring the hands forward, directly underneath the shoulders, plus 1 hand length. The middle finger faces directly front. Fingers are spread wide. Now from this posture, we can go to any of the postures in the vinyasa that we just did and be in perfect alignment. So you do want to make sure you've got this right so we don't create any strain in the body. Curl the toes into the floor. And pushing back into down dog, we're going to be here for 1 full minute. Exhale into it. And take your time settling in. Keep the breath long and smooth with simple ujjayi in back of the throat. Push away from the wrists and push the heels in the ground. The head just hangs heavy. Go over each detail of the body and continue to work in the pose. But slowly start to let that go. Let the busyness of the mind go. And just find a deeper sense within that posture. Sit bones reaching way in the air. Back is flattened. Notice how with each exhale, you just sink deeper into the posture. Let's come forward into plank. Exhale down. Inhale, scoop up. Exhale back. Good. This time inhale. Bring the right foot forward and the left heel down. You want plenty of space between the legs. Inhale, bring the arms up. And bring the right knee directly over the right ankle. The torso is completely vertical. Try not to shift forward or back. The tailbone is tucked under, just as the pubic bone is tucked the other way. So there's a holding down here in the sacrum. Face looks over the front middle finger. Collarbones wide. Fingertips pull in either direction, and on each exhale, try and sink deeper in the pose. Walking the front toes forward if your knee comes in front of the ankle. Press the back heel into the ground firmly. And breathe. Exhale, bring both hands down. Step back. And do the vinyasa. Forward, inhaling to plank. Exhale down, elbows close in. Inhale up. Exhale back. Take a breath here. And inhale. Bring the left foot forward and the right heel down. Good. So, coming into the same warrior two position on the other side. If you quit that last position a little early, that may be something that you do in your life. Get up a lot of steam in the beginning and then quit early. Well, pace yourself. Better to be someplace where you can hold it for the entire time than to come in and out of the posture. Good. Bring as much life, as much awareness, and as much vitality to the posture as you can. Feeling it in every part of your body. And ride on the breath. Exhaling, hands come down. Step back. Breathe forward. Good. Right foot forward again, left heel down. Let's take the left elbow on the right knee. Press the palms together and bring the right elbow up into the air. Good. Make sure the front foot is completely forward and the front knee right over the ankle. Good. Push into the back heel and let the hips come down. If you want to go a little further, you can bring the left hand down and the right hand up. As long as you can keep the breath long and smooth, it's definitely a challenge in this position. If you can, face looks up. So be at your own level. Try not to fight the position, but just be there. Exhale, the hand comes down. Let's step back to downward facing dog. And come right over to the other side. Cross the right elbow over and press the palm. Good. Back heel presses in the ground. Stage 2, go ahead. Don't feel like you have to. Good. Now find that part of your body that quit. Try and bring it into the posture. And look for the peace. Look for the peace. Exhale. Bring it down. Good. Straighten the front leg and just walk yourself around. Good. Okay. So, we really worked up some heat. Let's take that heat, and there's just as much to be gained in very long stretches. So, with feet about 4 feet apart, the outsides of the feet parallel, or even just a little bit pigeon-toed is great. Find your way down and walk the hands back. Sit bones come up. Weight of the body comes toward the front toes or the ball of the foot. Just let the head hang heavy. Good. Deep breath. And just be here for a full minute. I invite you to not push at all in this and just watch the body fall. It's probably even a little bit more dramatic if you fold the arms and just let the body hang. Let the hands come down. Swing yourself over to the right side. Reach up. Exhale, come down. Come to the other side. Inhale up. Reach. And exhale. Okay, let's bring that down. We've done a lot of hamstring work today. Let's continue to do that. A lot of chest opening work. Bring the ankle to the side. The other heel in. Reach over for the knee, the ankle, or the outside of the foot. Inhale, arm comes up, and exhale over. Good. The right elbow comes in toward the ground, and the chest is open. It's better to have the hand in the air up here than to try and reach for the toes and be closed down here. Eventually, you will be able to hold the toes and bring the face through. Remember, long, smooth breath. Inhale, come up. Let's change sides. So before we go, we want to loosen up the muscles in the back that we've worked. So before we go into corpse pose or shavasana, let's take ourselves onto the ground. One foot on top of the knee and the opposite hand on the outside of that knee. The other arm out to the side. Rolling over, knee comes to the ground. Try and keep the shoulders on the ground as well. Feel the back release. Face looks the opposite way. Also very interesting to stay in this pose for a long time. Be my guest and try that. Stay there for a few minutes. And when you're ready, switch to the other side. Good. Okay. So, that's our practice for today. You can hold postures, any of the postures that we've done for a long time, and invite you to experiment with that. Make sure you take enough time to relax on your back at the end of the practice. Take a little time for meditation and silence in your life. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Marlon Braccia, and this has been Yoga Time. Namaste.